And we're back, everybody. Hello. We're back for another. I mean, again, what are we calling this? It's not a throwdown. It's not a whatever. It's a friggin' foursome. It's a whatever we want to call it.
Foursome.
It's the continuation of our last week's episode of the Friggin' Foursome, where we broke down our bracket on our favorite cereals, basically. Again, if you're just joining us, a few weeks ago we did a draft of all of our favorite cereals with another person that is not here, the Rev. He also was kind enough to join us.
He didn't pass away.
Oh my God,
what a scare of
yikes. Sorry, Rev. We love you, and get well soon. So we had a draft. We picked all of our favorite cereals, and then last week we put that to the test and created our bracket, and we had a showdown in our first round. So why don't I just kind of get into it? I'll let me share the bracket here, so everybody from home, from the airplane, from the car, wherever you may be right now, can see. Let's see, technology, and share. Okay,
there we go.
Here we go. All right, our greatest cereal, Friggin' Foursome. So a quick little recap here. We had a couple brackets, our whole milk bracket, our 2% milk bracket. And first round, there was a few upsets here. Yours truly wanted to see the world burn, so I picked, there was a couple of choices that came down to me. So I picked some upsets here. But quick little recap here. We had Cinnamon Toast Crunch moving on, Apple Jacks, Cocoa Krispies, Count Chocula. So those will be some of the matchups that we're excited to get to today. That was in our whole milk bracket. And then in our 2% milk bracket, we have a very, very big dark horse here. Cinnamon Mini Buns versus a powerhouse Corn Pops here. And then we have Lucky Charms facing up against, this is going to be a huge matchup here, Lucky Charms versus Froot Loops. So I think we got some good matchups. So before we get into it, we have any opening words, any thoughts, any comments, anything you guys want to talk about before we dive into these? Scales, Cass, anybody?
Let's dive in before it gets soggy.
I like it. Let's go. No one likes a soggy cereal. Actually, you do like soggy cereal.
I do like soggy cereal.
So you want to take as much of a pause as possible.
I was trying to take a pause and not smile, but God damn it. Yikes. I was going to try to play the whole like, oh, my screen's frozen. No. All right. Let's dive into it.
Doesn't translate well to our audio-only listeners.
Well, I could have lost my connection, lost my Wi-Fi, whatever. All right, dude. All right, let's dive into it. All right, let's start back. Let's start back in our whole milk bracket. We have a absolute powerhouse here, in my opinion. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So many good things to say about this one. Versus another one where I didn't pick this one to move on, but you both did, and I think this has some appeal to a lot of our listeners and viewers. But Apple Jacks. So let's start off right there. Cinnamon Toast Crunch versus Apple Jacks, and let's start off with. Let's go backwards today. Cass, who are you going with here? Who is your pick? Who's moving on?
It's a tough one. There's two favorites, but not that tough. I'm going Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Apple Jacks are good, but it's the kind of cereal where I would get my fill after, I'd buy a box and go through it, another, and then it's like, all right, I think I'm good for the next year. And Cinnamon Toast Crunch, if you're a cereal eater and you like it, it's one of those that you just need to have in the house at all times. And like we said, I think we said it about, you said it about this last round, that it's one of those that you could just pick out of the box and eat without milk and not in the bowl. Apple Jacks doesn't really do that. And I got to go Cinnamon Toast Crunch. The only thing that might have made me pick Apple Jacks is I'm still disappointed with Cinnamon Toast Crunch for getting rid of the two other bakers and just leaving Wendell, who was my least favorite. But yeah,
what were the other two's names? Do you know?
I will look that up because I don't remember.
Okay,
the skinny guy and the heavy guy who's younger. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay, Scales. What are we doing here?
I'm gonna beg to differ. I'm gonna go with Apple Jacks.
Wow.
I just love the flavor more of Apple Jacks. I love the appley breakfast cereal.
Appley.
Delicious. Appley. Cinnamon apple, I guess. Is it apple cinnamon?
For those of us keeping score, Scales, why do you like Apple Jacks? Because they're appley.
I think it's a good apple for breakfast. Yes. No, it's a tough choice. They're both really, really, really good. But I prefer Apple Jacks personally.
Okay. Good answers.
Now, before you give your answer,
yes,
Wendell is the white-haired baker.
Yes.
And then there's Bob and Quello. And I'm not sure which one is which. I don't remember which one's the skinny guy, which one's the heavy guy. And
is it?
Apparently my cat Milo is weighing in very heavily on this right now in the background. I don't know if anybody hears him.
Oh, I heard him.
I got to continue to look this up. So, Duff, you give your pick.
Should we let Milo pick?
I'm gonna hit the mute button for a little bit.
Our viewers want to hear Milo. I just, again, based off of, I did not pick this one in the last round, so I'm gonna, the same reasoning for the last round. I'm never really a huge fan of Apple Jacks. So, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is just such a powerhouse here. It's good in milk. It's good outside of milk. It's good dry, just to munch on, and it's just got so much flavor. So I think I would be nuts not to pick Cinnamon Toast Crunch here. So I think, that's got to be the one moving on. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch is moving on with 2 N's. All right.
I'm having trouble finding which baker is which.
Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration.
Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration. I'm going to say that Bob is the thin one and Quello's the heavy one. And that could be wrong, but I don't care because I can't find it. So
I'll allow it.
So let it be written, so let it be done. Right, Milo?
Yep. Okay, so Cinnamon Toast Crunch moves on. All right, next round. We got a couple of chocolatey cereals here. Both, I think, either one that moves on is still going to be a underdog here. A little Cinderella story we got going on. We got Cocoa Krispies, who defeated Fruity Pebbles, and Count Chocula that actually took down Frosted Flakes. So that was a big upset in my books here. But let's see what you fellers decide here. We got first one here: Cocoa Krispies or Count Chocula. Who are you going with? Cast.
Answer is pretty obvious based on what I said before. Count Chocula. I never really had any love for Cocoa Krispies. I think they're okay. I always associate them with those little boxes of cereal like in the variety packs.
Oh yeah.
Same with Frosted Flakes, but obviously I've eaten plenty of Frosted Flakes in the past. Count Chocula all the way. Just the far superior, better tasting, more robust cereal with the better mascot.
Oh, good answer. Okay. Scales. Who's moving on here?
Yeah, I'm in agreement this time with Cast. Nostalgia factor. We love the monster cereals on this podcast. The marshmallows, I think, take it over that's what gives it the win for me. It's Cocoa Krispies, just not enough going on. Count Chocula is the pick.
And speaking of mascots, we didn't even mention that last time that Count Chocula and Frosted Flakes was a battle of the mascots.
That's
Tony
true.
the Tiger and Count Chocula are two of the best. But
yeah, they could have really had a battle royale. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, basically, we already know that Count Chocula is moving on, but I'll also make it the clean sweep and also vote for Count Chocula here. Cocoa Krispies does have the better chocolatey milk at the end, in my opinion, and Count Chocula can sometimes fall victim to a little bit of sogginess, but they got the marshmallows, they got the cool mascot, and it's just a better overall cereal, in my opinion. Puts it way over the top. And again, like, Scales, you said, we love the monster cereals here. We're all about it. We're a monster cereal friendly, organization. Yes. So this is a safe zone for monster cereals.
You think that Count Chocula falls prey to the sogginess before or more so than Cocoa Krispies? I feel like
I do.
Rice Krispie cereals get like.
I do. I don't know. There's just maybe that's just like a personal preference. Maybe that's just something more in my head. But yeah, I feel like sometimes the actual like cereal part, not the marshmallow, can fall victim to a little sogginess. Okay. That's just I don't know. Just me. Who knows? Yeah. I'm probably completely wrong and a moron, but it's okay. A lot of people probably would agree with that. So, and I embrace that.
We love you anyway.
Sarms would definitely agree with that.
Sarms is nodding his head right now if he's listening.
This video is going to have our most views on any of them. It's just going to be Sarms
Creating so many different profiles to agree with this.
And you know when you could seek in a video and it'll get to the part where it says most replayed, it's going to be that. Sarms is just going to be on a loop watching you say that over and over and over.
Exactly. All right, let's get into the our other bracket here, our 2% milk bracket. So starting us off here, again, we had one of our choices here, came out of nowhere and just took over Honey Nut Cheerios. Cinnamon Mini Buns, taking on the Styrofoam Packing Peanut Corn Pops. All right, out of those choices, Cast, what do you like in here? What do you think? Who do you think should move on here?
I'm trying not to hold resentment against Cinnamon Mini Buns for RKOing Honey Nut Cheerios out of nowhere. I really love that cereal. This is a pretty tough choice. Cinnamon Mini Buns had great taste, great texture. Same with Corn Pops. But longevity, again, is a key. And I'm going to go with size is an important one on this one because Corn Pops, I feel like, are the perfect, each bite is like a perfect size. Like it's not too big and it's not too small. And I feel like Cinnamon Mini Buns might have been a little bit big in the mouth and a little weirdly shaped. I'm going with Corn Pops. I don't know, I'm really reaching here, but I got to go with Corn Pops overall because
you just realized you gave me so many sound bites.
Good.
You gave me so many.
That's what it's all about.
You're going with which one again? I lost track there because there was so much going on.
I'm going with Corn Pops.
Okay, Jesus
all over your face.
My God, there was just so much going on there. He's down. You killed him. You killed Scales. Jesus Christ. There were so many innuendos there. It was like too much. Oh my God.
Michael Scott would have been dying.
I think I must have broken the soundboard because whatever you just picked ain't playing.
Oh my God. Oh, that was funny.
That was cute. You guys side together. Very nice.
Scales. What are you going with here?
Let me compose myself here.
All right. Oof.
All right. I am, I'm going with, it's easy. It's really easy. Fairleigh Dickinson was a 16 seed in March Madness this year and went on a little run. And Cinnamon Mini Buns is my pick to run along to the next round. I think the Cinnamon Mini Buns is so much better than Corn Pops. Corn Pops, like I said, is freaking styrofoam packing peanuts, whatever the hell Duffy called it.
I was gonna say, did you really have to ramp up the drama for this? You compared you compared Corn Pops to styrofoam, and you're like,
still ramping it up.
Come on.
It's Cinnamon Mini Buns. Duffy, the pick is yours. Let us know which one.
All right. So my reasoning for the first round picking Cinnamon Mini Buns was mostly because I'm just not a huge fan of just Cheerios in general. I've never had Cinnamon Mini Buns, and I feel like when I'm getting to this point of our tournament here, I have to at least have had the cereal that I'm picking. I nothing against Cinnamon Mini Buns. They sound delicious, and I think I would have liked them. But I don't know. There's something about a Corn Pop that it catches my eye, catches my taste buds. So I'm sorry. The Cinderella story is over with the Cinnamon Mini Buns and Corn Pops. Corn Pops are moving on.
Ugh, so depressing.
Now, Scales, I have a question for you. I sent you guys a picture from the cereal aisle that Cinnamon Toast Crunch makes those rolls, or they make buns. I think they're called rolls. Have you tried them yet?
I haven't.
Because they look like Cinnamon Mini Buns.
They do, and I saw them last time I traveled down the cereal aisle here at the local Food Line of Kannapolis.
Food Line.
Yes, Food Line. Yes, but I did not try them. But maybe I will. I'll give them a shot. See if they, bring back ancient memories from the 90s.
Is Food Line a supermarket?
Yes.
I'm picturing you standing in a line to get food, like at a soup, like
what do you go? Lion, like the animal.
You go to the cereal kitchen. Oh, Food Lion.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
thought I
lion,
heard
like the
food.
animal.
Yeah, there was a
that's,
line.
that's what I remember seeing that place. I was thinking the same thing, like a line, not a lion, like a roar.
Yeah. Roar.
Lion, yes.
Lion.
Cowardly.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Cowardly lion. All right. All right. Our last round to move on to our official friggin' foursome. We got two heavy hitters here. We got Lucky Charms, and we got Froot Loops. All right, Cass, who's moving on? I already probably know what you're going to pick here, but I guess I'll let you talk anyway.
I'm going to follow my nose and pick Froot Loops for this one because I just like it better of the two. I've never been a big Lucky Charms fan. Again, don't love marshmallows and cereal except for Count Chocula. Yeah, Froot Loops just has like a refreshing taste. Another one with two great mascots. I prefer. I actually think I like Lucky better. I like Toucan Sam, but just going with the cereal, I got to go with Froot Loops.
All right, good
Is that
answer. I'll allow it.
Is that another one that comes in the weird bag, or used to, like not the non see-through plastic bag? It was like the paper. I know Corn Pops did.
Oh,
I actually, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I hate those bags.
Well, they hate you.
But I'm still picking Froot
and
Loops.
that's why you shouldn't have picked Corn Pops. The stupid bag.
Scales. Who's moving on here? We got
Corn Pops.
which
Puke.
which heavy hitter? What are we going with?
Never gonna get over it.
Jesus. So
Just I'm going Lucky Charms. I like them both, but Lucky Charms is old reliable for me.
okay.
Moving on, Duffy. I know you're picking Lucky Charms too.
Maybe I'm picking Froot Loops.
Nah, you got to stick with your heritage, like you always say.
All right.
He is part toucan.
Don't you see my beak?
I'm the only one who has a beak of the three of us.
All right. I mean, yeah, it's kind of obvious here. Lucky Charms. Moving on. Froot Loops again. Froot Loops are delicious. I'm nothing against them. They do a good job with like marketing and other facets. Like Lucky Charm, like Froot Loops has like these little like cereal bars. I think those are delicious. And Froot Loops is another one that passes a test if you want to eat it as a dry without any milk. I think they're delicious like that too.
Oh yeah, they make the jumbo snacks. Froot Loops is one of the ones for those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think those are good. It's so it passes that test for me. It's just when it's going up against something like Lucky Charms for me, there's just nothing. I don't think it's like almost perfection for me with Lucky Charms. So Lucky Charms is staying magically delicious. And sorry, Rev, your final pick here has been eliminated, but we still love you and get better soon. But Lucky Charms is moving on to the official friggin' foursome, or our greatest cereals.
I will say about Froot Loops, anytime I think about what it tasted like, I picture them being stale. I feel like the texture was never really right.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that. Yeah. I agree. I could agree with you on that. All right, so our friggin' foursome is officially set. All right, we got. I think we got a pretty good. I know Scales is pretty pissed off at one of them, maybe two of them, but I think he's more pissed off at one.
No, just one.
Coming out of our whole milk bracket, we got to see who's gonna take it down here. But looking forward here for our next episode, we're gonna have to get some discussion in here on a big battle here: Cinnamon Toast Crunch versus Count Chocula. That is tough, in my opinion. I mean, Count Chocula, I know it's a lower seed. I mean, I should say a higher seed. Well, depends on how you want to look at it. It's an underdog, and came in there. Even though I would have ranked it a little bit higher personally.
You know what? We're doing this round, this episode.
Oh, you want to do it now?
It's what we usually do. No.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I mean, all right.
I leave it in your hands.
All right. You know what? We're making an executive decision here, based off of me, not Cast, because I'm deciding. And you know what? I just won't be able to sleep tonight if I don't do this now. So let's just do it now. Do it now.
Do it.
We'll do it live.
Oh yeah. All right, let's go into it. All right, whole milk bracket. Let's talk about this. We got a powerhouse here, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and it's going up against I think an underrated Count Chocula here. I know personally this is going to be very difficult for me to pick one here, but we have to pick. There's no way around it. So let's start off here. Cast. Coming out of that whole milk bracket, we going Cinnamon Toast Crunch or we going Count Chocula? Your time begins now.
I really wish you didn't go to me first.
I had to.
This is hard because these are probably my top two. Yeah, I know. More for the soundboard. Out of my top three,
tell me what is hard. Oh,
your face. Man, so with Count Chocula before, it was the battle of the chocolate cereals. This is like it's pitting it against, and even Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Apple Jacks. There's like a cinnamon thread there. Yep. These are two totally different cereals, different textures, different moods. Man, Count Chocula is so special, especially now because it's seasonal and you only get it for like a month or two out of the year. Cinnamon Toast Crunch you could have any time. This is a battle of the milks too. And I am going to wake up tomorrow and regret my decision, I'm sure, but I'm going with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You know, when I think about
I think that was a mistake. Can we redo that?
No, I got to go with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I'm shocked.
Are you mad?
Just because if I think about which one I would potentially have every day, I would get tired of eating chocolate at some point for breakfast. And like I said, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, if you're a cereal eater, is one of those that you just need to have stocked in the house at all times. Yeah, I got to go Cinnamon Toast Crunch because I could have it for more of the year. Wow. Not that I necessarily like it better, but in this moment, it's what's speaking to me. I got to go. I'm going with my gut and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Wow. That was a surprising pick on your part. I did not think you would go with that as your answer, and I think you will wake up tomorrow and regret that decision.
I very well might.
As of right now, it's down to Scales. Scales, out of this pick, who's moving on here?
You know, the Count was disgraced by his number one fan. I have to stick up for the Count here. I'm going Count Chocula. I can't believe you guys picked against it.
No, I can't either.
Count Chocula for me is the pick. I like chocolate. I prefer
you always know you love chocolate.
Yeah, I prefer chocolate cereal more than a cinnamon cereal, I suppose. And the marshmallows, once again, are the kicker for me. Give me Count Chocula.
Right now, you're just looking for any chocolate cereal to win because you're pissed off that Corn Pops overtook Cocoa Puffs.
As long as it's not Corn Pops. If Corn Pops wins, I'm leaving the podcast for good. So just be prepared.
All right, now it comes down to me now. See, now I'm looking at this here, and I'm kind of looking at the bracket, and I'm trying to think strategy here. Because if you're looking at this here and you're looking at some future possible matchups, I know both of you and I know what your preferences are. Picking one over another might sway your decision making in the future here. But that's not what we're about here. We're looking in this specific round, and I'm going to play fair, okay? Right. I'm not going to watch the world burn in this one. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, absolutely delicious. Passes the dry cereal test, like I've said. It's amazing. Count Chocula, also amazing. Chocolatey cereal, marshmallows with that. It's the best of both worlds, in my opinion. Because of that, I think I got to make up for your choice there, Cast. I got to make up for this, and I got to make you be able to wake up tomorrow and feel okay that Count Chocula still moved on, because Count Chocula is my pick here.
I have no problem with that.
All right, so Count Chocula is going to move on. All right, Count Chocula is making it to the final of the Friggin Foursome.
Nice.
Wow, that's a. I'm
glad that
it is an underdog, but at the same time, I don't know. It's just I think it was just undervalued here with the ranking system that I put together. I think maybe that's just for our opinion, but maybe people just don't value it as much as we do. We just love our monster cereals.
You know what it is? If Cinnamon Toast Crunch kept Bob and Quello around, you probably would have picked that.
Maybe.
I have no problem with the count. This is like, in baseball, the tie goes to the runner. This time, Cinnamon Toast Crunch was the runner for me, but I love Count Chocula, obviously.
Okay.
So, good pick.
All right. So our whole milk bracket has been completed. Count Chocula is moving on to the final. All right. I don't know if I expected that to happen. That was kind of a surprise, so that was kind of cool. All right, now moving on. 2% milk bracket here. Going on to the final. We have either Corn Pops, which is Scale's favorite, versus Lucky Charms, which is Cass's favorite. I wonder what you guys are going to pick. This is
might as well just go to Duffy.
Yeah, might as well just go to me. But you know what? I guess I'll let you guys talk anyway. Cass, who could you possibly be picking here? I wonder.
Obviously, Corn Pops. I'm not going to waste time and effort talking about it. I don't love Lucky Charms. I get why people love it, but Corn Pops does it for me. So right. I got to go Corn Pops.
All right. That's not shocking.
Let's get down to the meat and potatoes here.
Scales. I wonder what you're going to pick.
Lucky Charms, period.
Thank you, period. All right. And moving on to me, I guess I'm the deciding factor here. Even though I'm such a huge fan of Corn Pops, it's really still kind of a no decision here for me. This is easy for me to pick. Lucky Charms. I know I've described it and talked about it and mentioned it, and we've beaten it we've beaten it like a dead horse, a dead rat, a dead animal, dead something.
Somewhere Dirk's coming in the room dancing. Lucky Charms is moving on.
Dirk will be happy. Yes. Now, if we only knew what marshmallow was moving on. All right, Lucky Charms moving on to the final. All right.
I wish that you used some of your quotes for the soundboard, because the number of times you said beat it just there.
I don't have any.
You don't have any. Because you don't save the ones that I grab.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. There are nothing. It doesn't actually record my voice very well. So when I go to grab it, it just kind of gets like all. It actually, if you want to hear kind of what it sounds like when I try to ever get mine and record it, it kind of sounds a little bit like this. That's what it sounds like when I try to get it. So I just don't bother. All right. So let's stop there. Let's kind of let this simmer for a little bit. Let's sleep on this because we got a huge final coming up here, and we'll be able to chat about this. And I think we still have something to kind of go over that we wrote down, right, Cass?
That's going to be after we do.
That'll be after the final.
After we do the regular final.
Got it.
We're going to have our fast forward final.
All right. Got it.
Where whatever choice we wish would have been in the final to begin with.
Okay.
We pit them against each other. And the Rev. We're resurrecting the Rev.
Get well soon, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. So let's end there. And again, thank you everybody for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this. We hope you enjoyed all of us berating each other and making fun of each other and having a good time and doing what we do best, which is have fun. And we're glad that you guys all joined us. Hopefully you like this, and please let us know what you think. Leave us a message on YouTube. Tell us what tell us if we're completely idiotic and we are completely wrong. Tell us why we're right, which probably won't happen. Listen to us on all of our podcast, on our streaming services. We got Apple, we got Spotify. We are on the TikToks. We are on Instagram. Follow us, please. We will love you for it. We want you all to tell us what you think, and tell your friends and tell your relatives and tell your pets. We want everybody listening. So until
Milo,
next,
please listen.
Yeah, see,
sorry, and
no,
you too.
That's fine. Until next time, we will we'll see you then, and we will finish this friggin' foursome, and we're gonna find out what the greatest cereal of all time is.
Oh, you forgot to tell him to follow our hashtag. It's CancelDuff.
Nice.
All right, see you guys. Bye.
Later.